Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we are going to be doing a reading for the super new moon in Taurus that we have on today, April 27th. I'm going to be doing private readings for this super new moon in Taurus. If you guys are interested this week, check down below in the description box to get your private reading with this new moon in Taurus. This is really pushing us to get grounded. It's pushing us to stop seeking outside validation and outside influence and look within and be enough within. It's pushing us to refine our definition of peace and refine what that looks for us. It's pushing us to just get serious about what we want and what we don't want. You know, a new moon is always going to be a time where we want to take advantage of the blank slate that we have. The energy all around us is pushing us towards a new beginning, a blank slate, a fresh start, you know, something that we haven't seen before, a chance to create something very, very beautiful. So we want to take advantage of that. We have this super new moon energy, which is hypening up this new moon energy, making it a lot stronger. And then we have this earth energy of Taurus backing up and supporting this new moon, which is why we have this emphasis of getting grounded, this emphasis of stop worrying about outside validation. That also means outside influence, outside frustration, and really turn your mind towards what's working the best for you and working from the inside out, putting yourself on a solid foundation and letting that be your anchor versus everything else around you. So let's go ahead and get in the tea. Like I said, if you guys want to get a private reading for this super full moon to figure out what this message is saying specifically to you, how you can get grounded, what you need to be mindful of, what you're being shown through this, you can check down below in the description box and get you one. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we have for everybody for this super new moon in Taurus. Let's get into it. So first things first, we have walking away. We have first chakra, Archangel Michael. We have patience. This is something that kept coming out when I was working on this. And we have financial constraints. So let's get into this. Walking away, patience, the first chakra. We mentioned getting grounded. So getting grounded, staying grounded is going to be important. That's all that this first chakra is about. Archangel Michael is the archangel that protects us from all darkness, all negative energy. So knowing that you're protected from any and everything, knowing that you're guarded, knowing that there is a field of protection and love and support around you all of the time, giving you the things that you need. We have walking away and patience. So walking away and being open to the time that it takes for something to be built, being open to walking away and not immediately walking into your breakthrough. You know, this super new moon is questioning us and saying, you know, you're going to be walking away. Yes. How often are you willing to be patient as you just close one door and you're waiting for the next one to open? Are you just waiting and waiting and waiting and you're ready and you're aggravated and you're annoyed? Or are you in a space of freedom as you wait for that door to be open? Are you in a space of release as you wait for that door to be open? It really challenges you to look within and ask yourself, okay, what am I doing? What's not working? What do I need more of? What am I not getting enough of? So be patient. In this space of patience, we're able to look a lot deeper into what we're doing, into what's working, into what's not working. And that's going to give us, you know, more of that grounded energy that we need to. You know, could it be possible that we feel so untethered to ourselves and to our foundation because we're moving too quickly? Because we take, you know, too little time going from one space to the next one, and we're not able to really get comfortable there and really recognize why we deserve it, why it's our time, why it makes sense for us. You know, the more we're able to know, feel, and understand as we're stepping into something and while we're stepping into it, the better we're going to feel about it, the more clear it will be for us why we're in that space, how important that space is for us. Everything just comes full circle and we're really able to feel differently and move differently. So first chakra, Archangel Michael. We also have financial constraints. So I'm sure we'll get into a little bit more about this. If there are some financial constraints going on, this is going to be the time to stop worrying about everything else that doesn't matter and figure out where this is coming from. Are you not qualified to get the money that you want? Are you too afraid to ask for the money that you want? Are you being too lazy? Are you being too nervous? Do you not want to take the big leap of faith? Do you not want to try something new? Do you not want to ask for a raise? Do you not want to take the class? Do you not want to apply for the new thing? Do you not want to look for new jobs? Like, there's something that's blocking us from this space, because there's no other reason outside of us and something that's blocking us mentally for us to have this financial constraint. When we're safe, when we need to be exercising patience, when we have the energies around us to make us feel grounded, we should feel safe. We should feel like we have what it takes to support ourselves. Even if you don't feel supported, you should feel like you have what it takes to give yourself the support and find the support along the way, you know? So financial constraint, I'm sure we'll have more about that comes out later. Let's keep going into the T. We have compromise with this balance energy. We have abundance. We have forgiveness. We have communicate clearly. And we also have take action. So very beautiful. Take action, you know, moving forward, abundance, forgiveness, compromise, finding that balance. What does that look like? How can we compromise and, you know, maybe bend a little bit so we can get to the next level? Maybe not the level we want to be at right now, but we can just get to one step above where we currently are. And then from there, we'll go another step and another step. I think we also need to know and recognize the importance of those small steps leading up to big change. You know, sometimes all of those little improvements lead you to where you want to be. Most of the time, that's what's happening. So allow yourself to see those things unfold little by little. Allow it to, you know, connect with you tenfold. We also have abundance and take action. Okay, so abundance. This is opportunity. This is joy. This is happiness. This is prosperity. This is everything that we've been waiting on coming to us and connecting to us, you know, and making us feel fulfilled, making us feel like we know where we're going, making us feel like we're powerful, like we're strong, like we have what it takes, and like we have that drive within us, which we know we have. This is just a reminder to make sure that you're letting that lead you forward. We have forgiveness. Forgiveness is going to be good. Forgiving yourself, forgiving people, bad situations, you know, things that have harmed us, things that have hurt us, things that have made us afraid to ask for more, things that have made us afraid to try to challenge, you know, ourselves. How can we exercise forgiveness in that space? If there's things from our past that we need to let go of that are kind of tainting or disrupting how we want to feel about where we're going, we definitely should take this opportunity to get into it and figure out what we need to so we can, you know, move past what is blocking us. Let's keep moving forward. We have casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. This casket energy, we already know the vibe. We have shark. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Period. Get your mind right. That's why we have this financial constraint. What's the fear? What's the blockage? Where is it coming from? We have star, guaranteed success. So again, there's no need to stress or worry. Your success is guaranteed. We have the abundance. Take action. Now is the time to feel good about the steps that you're taking and the path that you're paving for yourself. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Is this who we need to forgive? Is there a part of us that we need to forgive? Is an interaction that we have with this person making us afraid to speak up, making us afraid to ask for more? We also have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Someone could be dropping some wisdom on you. Someone could be encouraging you. Someone could be, telling you what you need to hear, giving you some motivation. So definitely be open to connecting with someone that might have some encouraging words for you, even someone that's been in a space that you've been in. We also have unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So it's always great when we can rely on our intuition, you know, and I feel like our intuition tells us everything that needs to happen is happening. You're okay. You're safe. Let your intuition be the center of your foundation. You know, this grounded energy, this first chakra energy, this root chakra energy. What is something stronger for you to be tethered to than your intuition? I can't imagine something more powerful, something more absolute, something more sure than your intuitive gifts. Like there really is nothing that's going to get you more focused and get you more, you know, streamlined into what you're supposed to be doing and how it's supposed to be feeling. So connect with your intuition and really let that lead you. Someone is going out of your life or the end of a situation, walking away. Okay, so be excited that you're walking away from something. Be excited that something is coming to an end because there's something new that's getting started, and that's what we're going to be excited about. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. You do not want to miss this opportunity that's coming up. You want to have the right mindset to know that you're worthy of it. You want to have the right mindset to know that you're ready, to know that it's not too big for you or it's not something that you'll never get. So you need to think smaller. Like, no, you want to feel good about the steps that you're taking and what you're welcoming into your life. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Bring love into the equation. New moon in Aries. Not new moon in Aries. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. And we also have a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. figuring out how you can connect with people, how you can be of service, what you have to offer, revisiting, what you've learned about yourself, what you've learned about what you have to bring to the table, what you've learned about who you are and what you like and what feels the best to you. Let that be what leads you forward. Let that be what motivates you and makes you feel like you have it. Let that be what anchors you to where you are. Also, we have step out of your comfort zone. So this is definitely a time to try something new. How can we do that if we're not grounded? How can we do that when we're not already feeling comfortable and feeling, sure of ourselves? So we definitely want to make sure that we're making ourselves feel as confident and as, as focused as we can, as secure as we can, as prepared as we can. This is definitely the time to speak lots of words of positivity and happiness and, just the best things over yourself, because this is going to be the time to step in to those energies and see how good it feels to take care of yourself. And we have communicate clearly. I know I pulled this card earlier. Maybe we didn't get too deep into the communicate clearly. Your voice is one of the most, brilliant things that you have. Your emotion ties directly in with your voice. Your emotion tells you what you're feeling, what's bothering you, where it's coming from, what's affecting you. Your voice allows you to express that and release that and heal that and transmute that energy into something else. So we have to communicate what we're feeling right now. This financial, stress, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth, casket, something leaving your life, having to walk away. Don't hold that stuff in. Speak about what you're experiencing. Speak to your friends, speak to your family, speak to yourself, pray, meditate. This is going to be the time to express what you're experiencing and really let that be healing for you. And let that help you get led to peace. Don't feel like you have to hold on to everything and let it weigh you down. Let that shit go and let it lead you to something new that's going to help you move forward and help you feel better about where you're going and what you're stepping into. We also have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So what are you holding on to? This is also something big that's been coming up with the new moon in Taurus, is letting go of the need for outside validation. So a lot of times we're looking for outside validation. We don't realize that we're looking for it from people who are also hating themselves and they're not pleased with themselves. So you're not liking yourself and you're asking people that don't like themselves to make you like yourself. You'll never like yourself. You'll never feel good about what you're doing or where you're going. So empathic starseed, recognizing where are you connecting with people where it's good for you? Where is it bad for you? Where is it benefiting you? Where is it pushing you further away from what you're supposed to be feeling and experiencing? Because you are absorbing what is not yours. There are things that you shouldn't be experiencing, stuff that shouldn't be keeping you up at night that's keeping you up at night. And that's maybe why we need to walk away. Not maybe, it is why we need to walk away. What friend is that? What family member is that? Who is that? Who are you carrying all of those things for? Let it go. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. It's time to think differently, feel differently, take a new approach to everything, take a new approach that is self-led, that is self-focused, because the people in your life that love you the most, that are going to open those doors for you and with you, want you to be self-focused. They want to know what you want. They want to know where your head is at and where you're moving. So let that be the foundation. We also have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. Knowing when you have control, knowing when you have no control, knowing when you need to let go, knowing when you need to push forward, knowing when you need to keep trying, and knowing when you need to say, okay, God, enough is enough. So I think that we've been trying our way. I feel like this moon is a time to say, okay, let me try another way. Let me try not worrying about what other people have to say. Let me try communicating my emotions in a way that allows me to be real, authentic, honest. Let me try something different. Let me put myself outside of my comfort zone and see what happens. We also have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? A download that I got, a really beautiful download I got recently, was about being led outside of your comfort zone but closer to yourself. And that's the beauty about being led outside of your comfort zone. Most of the time it's the scariest place for you to be, but once you're on the other side of that, you feel more connected to yourself than ever. You feel more sure of yourself than ever. You feel like, wow, I can do hard things. I can learn the hard way. I can trust myself in uncomfortable situations. I can trust myself even when I'm feeling a little nervous and when I'm not sure of myself. And that's what gives you the security that you're looking for. Not playing it safe. Putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and seeing how you handle it and seeing how, like, oh, okay, I'm actually able to thrive in this type of space. That's what changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how you view everything. That's what lets you be able to move forward. We have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? There's definitely some things that are being removed. That's why we have this walking away energy. What is not aligned or needs to change? We also have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Transformation is great. Deep healing is great. Do we have another transformation message? Ooh, we have another surrender message. So surrender. Surrender is all about letting go and letting God. That's the easiest way that I could describe surrender. Surrender is about saying there has to be something better planned for me. There has to be something more organized for me, more strategic for me, something that maybe makes more sense than what I'm doing or what I'm seeing or what I'm feeling. How can I tap into that? How can I tap into that? How can I, learn from that? How can I, what can I learn from trusting the process? What can I learn from saying, you know what, I don't know what's next, but I'm just going to be positive anyway. What can I learn from that? What can I learn from taking my hands off of something and watching it fall into place? There's a lot that we can learn from that, a lot of wisdom, a lot of safety, because that's what the first chakra, your root chakra says. I don't even have to look at this to know that it's going to be fine. I don't have to have my hands in this to know that it's going to be taken care of. I don't have to do this or do this or do this to know that I'm getting what I need. It just allows you to just be okay even when things are confusing, and that's what we're stepping into. Mother, Father, God, divine balance. Divine balance between all energies, between the feminine, between the masculine, between God energy, spirit energy, source energy. So this is about, manifestations that will be in your life a lot longer, people that will be in your life a lot longer, things that serve all parts of you, And maybe we weren't serving all parts of us. I feel like masculine energy is very much about being grounded. Feminine energy is a lot about, expressing yourself and being confident in that intuitive energy, in that, expression. And of course, source energy, surrender, being comfortable resting in that, being comfortable trusting your intuition. So there's a little bit of everything that we're going to be working on. Trusting the source, trusting ourselves to be grounded, to feel secure, to handle these things, to speak up for ourselves and advocate for ourselves in career and networking in these practical spaces, and also sharing how we're feeling and not neglecting that, not feeling like, oh, that doesn't matter, letting that be our priority and feeling good about that. We also have joy and contentment. So there's some happiness, I feel like this is such a serious, clear-cut message, but there's always some happiness, some joy, some fun to be had. There's a lot of fun and love that we're supposed to be experiencing in this space, even though things are changing. And we have vulnerability and freedom. Look at how beautiful this card is. Vulnerability and freedom, because that's where the real freedom is, in surrender, in vulnerability, in trusting no matter what, it's going to be okay, and believing and having faith and, and knowing that no matter what. So yes, guys, I feel very good about this new moon in Taurus. I always love when we have a new moon to start off our week. I feel like it gives us the energy that we need to have a great Monday, to push through for the week and close a lot of deals, make a lot of coin, know what we want, get grounded, let go of anxiety. So take advantage of all of those things. If you guys would like a private super new moon in Taurus reading, check down below in the description box to see how you can get one. I'm sending them out every day this week, so get into it. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. I thank you guys for being here, and yeah, let me know how you guys felt about this message. Bye, guys. Bless.